so that we can do that. Can you come to the mic, please, sir? Yeah, it's online, so everybody needs to be able to hear you.
Sorry, I will do that next time.
Thank you.
It's kind of nerve-wracking being up here.
Now you know.
I feel like I'm under the spotlight here. Yeah, I'd like to just say, you know,
So your name, sir, and where
oh,
you
I'm sorry. Yeah, my name's Bernie Palmer, and I have a place out in Arna Township, a little town called Marksville.
Yep.
Yeah, very blessed to have that. And, you know, I'll give the glory to God on that one. Thank you very much, Lord. Yeah, okay, so we got through the Bernie Palmer stuff. Okay, if I'd just like to do this, if I could just, I've got like four questions I want to run by. And if I could do that, and then just, you guys can just, I'll sit down, keep my mouth shut, and you guys can just answer the questions. So I'll rattle them off first, and I'll do the best to try to explain this. And please understand, I'm not here, trying to be adversarial with anybody. I really don't. But, and I hope that you'll help me. And I like what I heard from you about this, when it comes to tax forfeiture and things like that. Because I'm going to push the envelope a little bit on this tax forfeiture stuff, personally. So my first question is, how can we change the online status of my property from unpaid to at least disputed? How I got on that subject is that I shot a really nice 8-pointer here recently. I was pretty excited about it, but I was talking to a buddy and we were looking at this Pine County Memorial Forest land, as a matter of fact, which should be tax forfeited land. Anyways, I look and it says, Bernie Palmer says unpaid taxes. And that was kind of embarrassing. So I was wondering how, and I got to tell you this, it's not because I can't afford it. I got several properties up there. Matter of fact, all my properties in Pine County, I paid my first half taxes and I asked Kelly, we talked on the phone. I appreciate it too. She sent me the receipts. Most people don't ask for receipts. I got those receipts, and here's the thing, guys. When you go to a restaurant and you buy, you know, you got your wife with and stuff, and you order a filet mignon, baked potato, a salad, and a nice glass of wine, and the guy comes in and he gives you a pizza and a glass of milk. What do? I mean, so that's where that receipt came in really good, because there's a lot of things on that receipt that you guys, not you guys do it. I don't want to vilify you guys. There's all these things on this property tax statement that I didn't receive. And I'm wondering why I've been paying for it. I've been paying for it for a long time. So that was question one. How do we get that moved from unpaid to disputed, at least? Because that's what it is. Question number two is, and maybe anybody can answer the question in, can someone please explain to me what the meaning of property tax statement is? Is it A? Is it a bill? B, is it an invoice? And what does the word statement mean? Question number three. What can a person do when he finds an error on his property tax statement? How do we correct
What type of error?
it? Just any type of error. That was going to be my question. And you can answer that when I'm done. And I'm not trying to be rude to you, ma'am. Miss Lovegren?
Yes.
Thank you. My fourth question is, and two, if you guys can't answer them today, I'll gladly tell me who will give me the answer and when I can get the answer. So if you can't answer today, that's fine. So my question for is, please explain the process Pine County uses when they go after for someone when they have disputed property taxes, like Bernard Del Wallace Palmer too. And then I'll let you guys answer those questions. And if I could, after you answer them, I might have a follow-up of maybe 1 or 2 questions at best. Just depends on how you answer them.
We do need to know what kind of errors you're talking about on your property tax statement, because that's going to be your answer, is what kind of errors you're talking about.
Well, okay, maybe errors might be the wrong word for it. In some cases, there are errors. Like for instance, I get charged for garbage on, well, I have just 2 properties. I had 3, but I was getting charged for garbage on every single one of them. And for 30 years, I've never had the garbage picked up at my place. That's just an example.
So
But I have many more too, and I can't, for the lack of time here,
Yeah,
'cause
and
I'm gonna
and
follow
you're-
up with Kelly with my additional, cause I have a lot more.
Madam Chair,
Yep, go ahead.
I think you must be on the Tri-Township.
He's in Arna,
That's a
yeah.
township
Yeah,
thing.
he's
That's not
got the try.
The
on the
garbage
garbage.
thing is,
Yeah, but
You know what, guys, I'm just, you asked me an example.
I did, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
because that's why. So.
Do I gotta stand here all the time and waiting for the answers?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, I
I'm just kidding.
All right, go ahead though.
I think most of these answers.
No,
Just a
so
second.
go ahead, let's start with number one.
Okay, but I want to go back to, the reason that it's important.
We're still on 4?
We're still on 3.
Oh.
So,
Thank you.
with the errors, you bet. So it is important because if you're going to go garbage, that is through the garbage. So that's through your township. It has assigned, they say
Yeah.
that everybody, and I think it's every parcel pays on that.
Steve, ma'am,
I
However,
got them to change it in 2021.
I was gonna say, however, you can get some of the money back for your other townships, so you just pay it once.
since you asked me a question about some of the service we don't get, cause I was trying to keep it short here, so I'll try to speed up the story. We get funds from you guys out there in Arna Township, but now we had a fire about, it's really interesting. It was before, I think it was that meeting in March or something. We have an election, we talk about the budget. Anyways, 4 days before it, we had a house burned to the ground. Our fire department, who we pay, never made it there. The DNR put it out. I went to our meeting and was talking just like you guys. And I gotta thank you guys for letting me have free speech, because you know what happens in Arna Township? Well, luckily for you guys, the sheriffs are right below us. So when they call the sheriffs out there, Arna Township, they gotta drive a long ways out there just to kick me out. And I haven't been kicked out of here yet today, so I appreciate it. Thank
Well, maybe
you.
we should let you sit down. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't like violence, you know, so, hey, I gotta tell you, the Pine County sheriffs are absolutely great. I love them. They're good guys.
I do think a lot of those questions would be answered better one-on-one.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do though? I'll make it easier. I'm gonna request, is there a clerk here? Oh, it's recorded. Better yet, so, they'll submit those questions under FOIA. And that way, I don't know what the, rules and regulations, you guys got somebody here at the courthouse that can tell you about FOIA regulations. If I could just have any answers that you can't answer today within 30 days, that'd be great.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Cause I'm not paying my property taxes till I get them, is what I'm telling you.
What do you mean until you get them?
And plus some other ones, so go ahead. So, question number 1, does anybody want to take a shot at that?
So that's actually your forms. In your forms, we only have so much room. And I don't think that disputed is actually,
It's not a legal term
Yeah.
in the property tax world. I mean, you could,
Well, you're probably right about that, but I don't care about the property tax world. What I care about is my online reputation, and unpaid doesn't look real good. We can agree to that.
but.
And it's not that I can't afford it,
But it is.
but it's disputed, so I want to find a way to change that. Ms. Lund,
I think
love
that's,
it.
I think that's gonna be a state thing because we only have so.
Well,
many
you guys
rooms.
work for us here in Pine County. I'm not gonna go to the state. That's a long drive. Well, I agree.
Do an answer, is there any better way to answer that one?
no, I mean, you could formally contest them as well by filing in tax court.
Well, let's just do this. We'll say that question number 1, you couldn't give me a real straight answer on it. So number 2 is?
I've already attempted to answer number 2, so.
No, you didn't.
Statement?
Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yeah, Kelly, I'm sorry. Thank you.
The meaning of a.
I
property
stand
tax
corrected.
statement.
Yeah,
Is it a bill, an invoice, or what is a statement?
the statement's what I get from when a feed mill.
What?
Well, when I
Yeah.
get
Right,
it's stating what you owe,
right.
what you,
What you got, right?
yep,
Yeah. That's my point.
yeah.
I got this statement and there's a lot of stuff on there I didn't get. So you know, see where I'm
Like
going?
what?
We're not here to discuss that part because that's a long discussion. Here's what we could do though. You can speed up my case into court. We can talk about it there because that's where it's gonna go. And you know what? And I'm not trying to create a problem with you guys.
Yeah.
Please understand this. I would rather have you guys working with me than against me. But I can tell you this. I can afford my property taxes out there, but there's so many other people that can't. I mean, they literally can't. I try to help people all the time. I always tell Lord, I go, no good deed goes unpunished. And it's just really sad because I see people being, you gotta understand, I was at a tax meeting and I'm being escorted out by the sheriff's office. They're good guys. They're just doing their job. I'd quit my job if I was doing that because constitutionally, I was right. You have the right of free speech. I get it. And I'm not gonna take up any more time. So let's just move on to the questions. Is it a bill or is it an invoice and what's the statement? You know, if you want to get up here and talk, you're more than welcome, sir.
Okay.
But not until I'm done. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to talk to you, I think, too.
I will say that I look at my property tax statement as a bill. I know that I
I
have. to
hope
pay
it's
it.
on friendly terms too, sir, because you wouldn't do good if it was the other way.
Yeah. Uh-oh, is that a threat?
No,
Okay, boys, bring it down.
So did you hear the answer?
I said, I look at.
no,
my
I didn't. I'm
property
sorry you
tax-
interrupted me. Sorry.
But I look at my property tax statement as a bill. I know that I have to pay it. So it's called a statement. And I get statements from the doctor's office. I get statements from a lot of places, but to me, I know that I have to pay that bill. Does that
So is
answer?
that the clear, I mean, so a property tax statement is a bill,
That's how I look at
and
it.
a bill you pay when you receive certain goods. But if you don't receive all those goods, you still pay the bill. That's why. So, and let's just leave it at that. It was just a question and you answered it.
So let's go to question number 4.
Yeah.
I'm going to answer this one really well because that was my job. I forfeited properties for like 20 years. I did that. And
I don't want to, go ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So our process is when you're the first year that you're delinquent, you get a letter and it says, hey, you owe taxes. The second year that you're delinquent, you still get a letter that says, hey, you owe taxes. So every year that you don't pay your taxes, you get a letter from the treasurer's office. Have you gotten those letters?
No, I
They were mailed today.
Oh, you'll be getting it really soon.
haven't had time yet to
You'll be
get
getting
it.
Soon.
It's only I haven't just paid my half,
So you're
the
gonna-
second half.
You're gonna get that letter.
Okay.
And then before we forfeit your property, we send you letters again. You get registered mail. The sheriff comes out and they serve your property. It's in the newspaper, which is very expensive. for us to do.
Right.
We've tried to get to do it online because the paper costs so much.
It's not good to not pay your property taxes. I think we can agree, right?
It's not, and
Yeah.
it's very expensive for us if you don't pay your property taxes,
You-
just
you-
saying. So if you don't sign your registered mail, then I would have had sent you a regular mail because not everybody wants their certified letters.
So we can agree on one thing. It's not good to do that.
Right, and
Yeah.
we go over and above.
So then here's,
to
I'm
make sure
glad,
that
so
you-
now I've got my follow-up question to that. Can anybody here, define extortion? Anybody here? I know, I'd like these guys to explain it. Thank you though. I appreciate it though. You know, plenty.
Tip over the podium.
I'd like to talk to you, man.
Of someone to, forcibly, or just not forcibly, some good from.
You know what, sir? You're pretty darn close. Let me read it to you. The practice of obtaining something, especially money, through force, threat, or forfeiture. Kind of sounds like our government. Thank you.
Thank you.
A lot of that going on.
Did anybody else have any questions for us tonight? Are there any other questions on the budget?
Yeah.
Sir, did you have a question on the budget? Come on up. Hi.
Glenn Sladek. I live at, just moved in, 73261 Markville Road, which is in Arna Township. This was pretty grand here, this budget, and this is what we need.
You did a good job, didn't you?
Try to keep it kind of upfront and
Transparent.
transparent as possible.
Yes. Thank you.
Then we don't have a lot of people like Glenn Sladek coming up here, have to drive all the way over to Pine City just to ask why my Arna Township taxes went from $236 to my proposed 766, a 223% increase. Granted, I put a 50 by 40 by 52 shed up. My appraised value went up 79%, but Arna Township's taxes portion 223.43%. I'm here. What oversight do you guys got on these townships? And how can they get by with this? Do we have just a little fox watching the chicken house doing, what do we got going on here? And what avenues do I have? Like the other gentleman, I'll pay it, I guess, because they really don't know what else to do. But come on, you guys, these townships, what, you guys got any oversight on them or? None, none, it's free will.
Government.
Huh?
That's a local government you elect in your township.
Okay, so for the last 30 years and I've had property, I think it was 93, I've been paying taxes there and I saw no sense whatsoever. Just let them have it, just pay it. I lived in Hutchinson, it was a vacation deal. Just don't move up here and bam, I thought, you gotta be kidding me. I got Pine counties go up 101%, the total is 121%, but 223. There's no oversight, none, they get a free willy, they can just kind of, now, that's fine, that's the way it is local, so your answer is, there's nothing you guys can do about something like this?
Run for the town board.
Okay, yep, absolutely. Anyway, I asked a question, what did you spend the money on? And this gal, she answered the phone, she tells me, she goes, oh, that's not public information. I said, well, try to get, what is public information? Is this not public information you're giving me? I thought it was.
Yeah,
Can't-
where did you call? Oh,
Bet it was Cheryl Wickham.
okay, because you didn't call me. I'm
No,
happy to send it to you.
no, this is townshipy stuff I'm talking here. Yeah. You guys, matter of fact, there's a Karen Stoomy somewhere along the, what a grand lady. She's the one that comes out, looks at stuff and la-di-da and say, this woman, yeah, good stuff there. I mean, I got no problem with that. I'm just saying, what can I do here? Because I'm getting nothing. Simple answers like, where are you spending this money?
Do they have their annual meetings in March? Townships do?
I get it.
And did you go to that? Because
No, I
that's-
have not.
Okay,
Like I
So
said,
that's when you're gonna want to go to, because they're gonna tell you then what their budget is and what they're gonna be spending their money on. And
You get to help approve it.
yeah. the
Yeah,
people-
yeah.
It's not the town board that approves the budget. It's the people that attend that meeting.
okay, but now, let's just say I want to know what I've got written down is I want to know for my base point for this 2025, I want to know what was spent last, do they have to give that to me or I'm here to ask you what I can ask them.
Ask to see a copy of their check register. I mean,
What's that?
Ask to see a copy of their check register. I mean, that would be an easy.
Deny that.
Um,
They can make you pay for that.
They can make you pay for copies of it,
Well,
but it has to be.
I'll pay through my nose for it because I think I'm paying for a lot of copies, a little bit more ain't gonna hurt.
They should-
What did you call it?
I mean, just because sometimes people,
Check register.
yeah, I mean, a check register would be the simplest thing that they should be able to provide you.
And is that gonna be itemized, so to speak, or all I want, this is that word,
Did you ever
transparent,
use-
man,
Did
just,
you ever write checks?
I do.
I still do. And I still have a checkbook register, right? You write all your checks in your checkbook register.
Oh,
That's what you're gonna ask them for.
talking
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily gonna say what they bought with it, but you'll see the amount
I'm
and who they
fine-
paid.
I'm fine,
And then you
yeah.
can start to unravel.
So you'll know who does their roads. You'll see how much they pay to get their roads done. You'll know who does.
But they should provide that to me, correct?
Yep, and you should
Yeah.
go to the
To be
annual meeting
transparent.
in
with
March.
Your money.
Go to the annual meeting.
Oh,
in
you can
March.
damn well,
Darn well bet.
darn well bet. I don't miss too many more town board meetings, much less the annual meeting.
Yeah, but
But
the
I just moved up here, man. It's
Annual
like,
meeting
come
is really
on.
important
Well-
because that's where they do their budget and you are the one that approves the budget. It's not the town board
I
members.
get it. The township day, we called it McLeod County, go there and it's the only day in the year you can go do your
Yep.
vote and get counting. I get that.
Yep.
But when you ask the question now, it's like, come on, just give me the answer. And when we don't know, it's like, now
Yeah.
Glenn's thinking, okay,
Yeah.
what don't we know? I think you do.
Make a comment?
Does anybody,
Josh,
okay,
Josh's gonna-
I'd just like to make just a simple comment about townships, and cities and local municipalities.
Mhm.
That is the best way to get involved, because it is so one-on-one personal. But a lot of stuff happens there. And us as a county, we have went to local townships and municipalities, and tried to provide some help. like with this assessing properties, with zoning, with other stuff like that. And you get the metal cross in your face, like anytime the county wants to try to, I say help. They think we're just trying to be overreaching government and trying to force them into stuff. Craig was part of a local city, you or still are, or still are not, okay, but anyways, and they're pretty good, they're pretty organized, that city, I mean, but a lot of these townships are very small.
Is
They
Arna
don't-
doing something different than any other township in Pine County?
I don't think so.
It's all the same.
Well, I mean, the request for information, for example, different townships would be answering that differently.
Right. So we have some townships that and anything that they're gonna give to you, they're gonna charge you. And we have some townships that will have you sit down and they'll just walk you right through it, so it depends on who
The
you're
elected
working with.
officials.
I'm fine. If I am asking for it,
Yeah.
I'm fine to pay for it.
Yeah.
What I'd like to say is we just provided a overview of a $52 million budget. And obviously it's way more detailed than what you got, but Kelly does an awesome job at making it, you know,
I didn't.
so you don't fall asleep to
Wow.
read it and.
I
and
didn't
still
just
hits the
fall
high
off the
points.
beat truck there, but when I see something like this, when it goes from an actual last year, 236 to 766, this is a township. Come on, there's gotta be some logical reason there to not have me ask this stupid
I'm
question.
sorry, and we can't answer it for you because
As long as I got an answer from you, they must provide it to me.
I would think.
That's what I'm
Right,
hearing, right?
I mean, it's a Freedom of Information Act.
Say, Kelly,
request.
who appraises the value there?
That's Karen's.
That's
company.
Karen. She's a great,
Oh,
zero. I'd say give her more money. She worked through it pretty darn
It's very
good.
good.
She answered questions for me. They answered the phone, A, that's pretty good. And then answered the question B, that's pretty good too. So, yeah. Which one's my commissioner out there actually? Or you got knocked out?
I
of it
am
now
for 2
the other
weeks and
guy.
then he is. Yeah.
What's that?
Roger.
Yeah. Roger's gonna be doing it.
You the Barn Springs Road guy. Yeah, okay. So anyway, yeah,
So excited, Roger.
well, but well, I don't know, I just, yeah, whatever, no.
I think he owns land in Arna too, so you should get along well.
What's with Arnold, you know?
Let's move on.
Are there any other questions? Because we really can't help you with Arna.
Yeah, it's just like,
Does anybody else have any other questions on our budget? Thank you. Good luck. We can't help you with Arna.
I know that, but you can hear one more thing now. There's somebody, maybe you helped me. It was said that if you get over a 13%, then you can
That
try
was
to
probably Karen.
I think it was Karen actually, leverage some of that money back or whatever. Well, I'm one of these guys that, I don't want them to steal it so I can try to get it back.
Which
So-
you're checking
so
for
there-
property tax-
So what does happen?
Property tax refund.
No, there's
That's
some.
what she
Special
would have
property
been
tax.
talking
Yeah,
about.
there's another thing after a
Special.
13% jack, so I think I felt well within that turf. But I don't want to give it and then try to fight to get it back. That's what you people, the counties do to the state, and that's retarded. I mean, well, it is. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So if I'd be just like this gentleman, forget it. In that case, put me under that, what's that word you were gonna dispute it? Or how many years can I dispute
show
this
us
before you?
unpaid.
How many years? 4 years? How much is that gonna cost me to dispute it?
Well, you're gonna have, there's a lot of penalties and interest that get accrued.
Oh, but I mean, is there a percentage is it worth cause I could be a thorn in somebody's saddle and call it entertainment.
Well, so depending on your classification, there's different rates. It's somewhere between 8 and
I
12% each year.
Okay, so you auger it pretty hard there, 8 and 12%. You don't want to deal with
It's
it.
done by statute.
That's not by
So-
statute. I didn't choose
Yeah,
that.
which ain't a law, and that, whoever said, statute is a statute, not a law, but I ain't got the money to
We-
fight
and
that
we
one.
have come.
But yeah.
Okay, does anybody else have any questions? Are there any other questions? One more time, are there any other questions for this budget?